Hey everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts. I'm back again with another new stamp set, a card that I made. It says, "Have a wonderful adventure." It's got this great octopus, some netting, and sea plants, seaweed type things. And then I didn't put anything on the inside. I leave the sentiments off a lot because I want to just put my own words in for some cards like this. So I just put some more of the plants and stuff like that inside. This is the stamp set. It's got the octopus and netting and these sentiments and images. And it also has some thinlets, or framelets I should say. So this is the octopus. And I actually already stamped him and cut him out. I stamped him in Tranquil Tide. The colors on this are Crumb Cake and Tranquil Tide. And you just stamp them and then cut them out with this. The netting is from this piece. And then you can cut out this little school of fish, and you've got starfish, and so there are some other plants. So it's really cool. I really like it. I think you could do a lot with it. I didn't want to do all the cutting. I'm going to show you how I cut out the net and adhered that down. So I kind of left the octopus. I already did that. And this whole set is on page 155 of the new catalog. This is the stamp set, and there's all these, there's papers and these, I think you can make a nice shaker card with this. This coordinating cardstock and the baker's twine. So it's really great. I think you could do a lot with it. You can use these or just change up your sentiments. So let's get started. As I said, I already stamped and cut this out. We're going to take the layer, the Whisper White layer, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, so it just layers nicely on an A2 size card. And let's get the stamping done, and then I'll cut out this. What I did was I took the netting and I used Crumb Cake, and I just kind of stamped the background toward the top and left the plants on the bottom. And if they overlap, that's fine. And I stamped off. I didn't go directly on the paper. I wanted it to be just a very light look. So I'm just going to stamp off and just kind of stamp it around. Again, it's fine if it overlaps. And sometimes you forget to stamp off, which I've done, and I don't think that's a problem, because it's really just background. And then we'll put him, we're not going to put him down now, but you'll see it's just kind of a background look. So I think we're done with the Crumb Cake for now. And then the plants I did in Tranquil Tide, and I stamped direct and then off again and again. So it's kind of 3 different colors here with this longer seaweed. So again, I kind of went up and then I went down, and then just 3 different looks. And I'll do that on the other side, maybe a little bit lower. 1, 2, 3. So just a variation. I kind of did the same thing with these. Some of them are direct and some of them are stamped off. It just gives you the same color, but a little bit, you know, a little bit lighter shade. So it's pretty neat. So I'm going to stamp this off and go right here. And then I'll go direct here. And then I have this little one. Oh, and I dropped it in my ink pad. That's not very good. I'll go direct here, and then I'll just go here and here. And I think I'm going to actually fill in this so it's not so white behind. So let me get back with my Crumb Cake. I was just thinking, I think I did this when I made the sample. I did it, and then I was like, well, looks kind of white there. So there we go. All right. And let's do the inside as well while we have this out. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing with the plants. So I just did them on one side. Let me just move this all out of the way. Hopefully you can see this. And I'm just going to go here and then down and then over here. And I only did the one side. And go dark here, and maybe one here. I guess I did both sides. Let me do that again. Or no, I didn't. I'm looking at this one. I kind of like the way this came out with just the one side. So I'm going to go here and here and here. See that? 3 stamps, same color, just different shades. And while we're stamping, let's get our sentiment on. Have a wonderful adventure. And then we can put the inks away because you can see I'm getting all inky. So let's get this. Make sure that looks good. I just kind of put it up toward the top, and then we can lay everything out. And I just wanted to mention, Stampin' Up! Came out with a sham, and it's for cleaning your stamps, and it's pretty cool. It's called Simply Sham, and it's $8, and it's just, I don't know if you've seen them for cleaning, and you know, mine is being used. It dries and you just wet it again, and it's really great. I mean, you just kind of, I have it just in a to-go container that I got from a restaurant, and it really does such a nice job cleaning the stamps. I mean, it looks bad, but instead of the wipes, I think it's nice. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so let's keep moving along here. I'll clean the rest of my stamps later. We're going to do the netting, so I'm going to just put all of this aside and get out my Big Shot. And I just wanted to show you how I made this, or how I adhered it. Now you could put it on one of those sheets, the sticky adhesive sheets. I was going to try that, but I didn't have one handy, and I just thought I would do it this way and show you. So with this, it's kind of an intricate die, so I'm going to use my precision plate instead of a glass plate. And I am doing this in, where's my sheet here? Sorry, I put things, I always do this. Here it is. So I have this, this is the die, and I'm running out of room here. And let me get a piece of the crumb cake. So I'm going to just put this down and put it up in a corner, try to get the most out of it, and then I'm going to put a plate over top. And I'm going to run this back and forth a few times just to make sure it cuts good. I mean, the precision plate gives it a little bit, I think, more thickness. Some people use another piece of cardstock just to give it that extra thickness. So this came out, and I'm going to use my brush and foam mat to just run this through, try to get everything out. There's a lot of small pieces here. So let's get this middle. I think I'm going to have to run it through again. Look at that. Let me run it through again. That's why I don't take it out of the die before I get all the pieces out, just to make sure it ran through good. And I'm putting on a different part of my Big Shot. Some of these are just, you just have to give it a few tries. Let's see if that will work. Okay, that looks much better. Let's get up here. And then there's these little dots here to poke through. There might be a few stragglers, but we'll get them out with the poker. The brush just really helps you to get a lot of it out at once. And let's see if we can get this up. All right, so I'm going to just put this all on the side so we can continue. And there's a couple of stragglers, but I think we're okay. All right, so that's done. And then what I did was I took my silicone mat, and this is not my idea. Somebody else I saw on a YouTube or Pinterest or something had talked about this. So I'm using my liquid glue and a paintbrush, and I'm just going to put a blob here and just a regular old paintbrush. You just have to make sure you wash the paintbrush when you're done, otherwise it will get a lot of glue on it. You know, it'll just harden, I should say. So I'm just going to paint this around. I'm going to try to get it especially around the corners. And it's okay if it goes through over to the top a little bit. You just let it dry and it'll be fine. It dries clear. And try not to move it around here so you don't get it in the glue that you've already put down. So I hope this makes sense. It's pretty good way to do it. You can use a fine tip glue pen, I should call it, as well. But I like this glue better, to be honest. And we're just gonna put it around, and then see there is some glue there, so you just want to be careful you get it off your workspace. I'm famous for getting things glued down and everything sticking. So we'll just pat that down, and it is a little sticky. Just let it dry, it'll be fine. And then we're going to get our octopus, and I'm going to put him down with dimensionals, and he's sticking to me. I have glue on my fingers. So we're just going to put some dimensionals down in the big spots. And I'm going to use some mini dimensionals in the smaller spots, just to make sure he stays down pretty good. And I just think this octopus is really cute. A fun card. You could probably make it in brighter colors for a kid, maybe lemon lime twist or some blues. I'm just taking the release papers off. I don't know if I'm on camera or not. Here we go. This one, some of these little ones give me a difficult time. Okay. This little guy. All right. I think we're done. And we'll just put him down here. Isn't he cute? And then we'll put the card together. And then I did put some sequins on the front. If you see here, I put some the rhinestones just to give it a little glimmer. So let's get the inside down. And then we'll put the top on, and we'll be done. Just try to center it edge to edge. And then we'll put this down as well. I'm trying to be just careful because there might still be some wet glue on the front, but again, it will dry. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just pull it down a little bit. Come on. Okay. So now I'm going to just put these little rhinestones. They're called basic jewel rhinestones. And I did this size. And I just put them here or there. No rhyme or reason. I started putting them on the octopus itself, but I don't know. It didn't really seem like it worked well with me. So I took them off actually. So we'll just put them here. And we'll just put a couple down here, just to give it a little tiny bit of bling. You can barely see them, but they're there. And those are the two cards. I think they came out really good, and I love this set. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and happy stamping. Take care. Bye.